Bruce Willis has one of the most diverse and successful resumes in Hollywood with an array of iconic films across a myriad of genres. From his seminal action crispness movie Die Hard to the stylized crime drama of Pulp Fiction, there is always a Willis feature that is worth a watch. Despite being seen as an actor star, Willis' most lucrative film is actually a subtle psychological horror, The Sixth Sense, a movie that he never planned on starring in. The most pivotal moment in his career actually came about from a big movie failure, one that cost the production studio millions of dollars. After costing Disney millions of dollars due to a failed movie production, Willis signed on to a set of three projects at a lower salary in order to compensate for the financial loss. This ultimately proved prejudicial, as Willis' next three films would not just be some of his most financially successful but would be some of the most defining roles in his career. Bruce Willis stopped production on Broadway Brawler. In 1997, Bruce Willis was set to star in a Disney romantic comedy called Broadway Brawler, a rom-com in the vein of Jerry Maguire that followed a retired hockey player's budding new romance. However, after years of pre-production and nearly a month of filming, creative conflict, and the firing of several key members, it resulted in the entire movie being scrapped. And at the center of this production brawl was one Bruce Willis. The LA Times recounted the timeline of events that led to this project's failure, which started when Willis, also a producer on the film, fired the director Lee Grant, co-producer Joe Fury, cinematographer William Fraker, and wardrobe designer Carol Odets. According to Grant, Willis strong-armed the production of the movie, pushing for his vision of the film, and even stepping on the director's toes to tell the other performers how to act. After firing key figures in the creative team, Willis hired director Dennis Dugan to step in, but he only lasted a day before production was put on hold. The damage, however, was already done. By this point in production, they had already used roughly $17 million of their $28 million budget, which included Willis' own hefty fee. Rather than getting sued, Willis and producer Leo Roth agreed to three film projects at an immensely lower salary in order to pay off the debt. One of the three movies Bruce Willis agreed to star in was The Sixth Sense. After costing Disney millions due to Broadway Brothers' failure, Willis agreed to star in three new projects at a much lower salary: The Kid, Armageddon, and The Sixth Sense. This would ultimately prove to be an unexpected blessing, as each of these films gave Willis' career a considerable jump start at the turn of the millennium. The Kid, also marked as Disney's The Kid, saw Willis playing a work-obsessed and detached father who is visited and criticized by his 8-year-old self. And though The Kid was a box office success, it would be Armageddon and The Sixth Sense that would truly be box office blockbusters. Armageddon was a prototypical Bruce Willis flick dialed up to 11. It followed Willis leading a team of oil drillers who get recruited by NASA to destroy an incoming asteroid. In stark contrast, The Sixth Sense was a far more personal piece which saw Willis as a child pro-psychologist helping a patient who The Sixth Sense was a far more personal piece which saw Willis as a child psychologist helping a patient who can see ghosts. Both of these films were juggernauts at the box office, becoming Willis' most lucrative films as they grossed $554 million and $674 million respectively. In fact, Armageddon was the highest earning movie in 1998, while The Sixth Sense came second in 1999 after only Star Wars Episode 1: The Phantom Menace. To this day, The Sixth Sense is still Bruce Willis' most commercially successful film, though it was a rocky journey getting there. Willis proved he had the star power to make sure that his humble reparations of for Broadway Brawl's failure still turned into a box office success. Thank you for watching this video. If you like, subscribe.